What's going on, guys? So before we start today's video, I did want to kind of talk to you guys and tell you that I'm sorry for being so inconsistent about the way I've been posting. I know normally I post videos on Tuesday and Fridays, and lately I just been a little overwhelmed with work. I'm still like in an adjustable period with it, and I just found myself overthinking a lot of things, and it kind of interfered of how I creatively think. Therefore, I wasn't able to push any content, not only on YouTube, but I've been very inconsistent on Instagram as well, which I am trying to change that. And hopefully after this week, I will be posting a lot more consistently and starting a new series for you guys that I'm really excited for. It's like a product review series, but I'll talk more about that in the near future. But for now, I hope you guys enjoy the video. First things first, before we get started, I want to give a big round of applause to the class of 2019 for graduating. Whether it's high school or college, you guys are amazing. I know you guys have been grinding for, the last few years to get to this point. Congratulations. I am very happy for a lot of you. Which does bring me to the point, we're at a time of our lives where we're trying to start our lives, and we're trying to get some things going for ourselves so that we can be as successful as possible. And we're trying to make moves, get things going, start building relationships to help further our relationships personally and with our careers. And one of the best ways that we can do that is with respect. And lately I've been really thinking about this subject a lot because we're so young, and that we're so immature when it comes to a lot of things. We're just right off the bat, we're not giving that respect from those who have been living this life longer than us. So today I did the research. I did talk to a few of the more respectful guys that I know, and I did come up with a few ways on how you can earn respect, all in today's video coming up. Welcome to HB Fashion, where we give you tips and advice from men's fashion, grooming, and lifestyle. I am your host, Zach Fobbs, and today, like I said earlier, we're going over a few ways on how you can earn some respect from others, starting with number one, and that's having your actions speak louder than your words. A little bit of a cliche, I know, but it's very true, gentlemen. No one likes someone who is a pathological liar, someone who doesn't follow up with the things that they say with their actions, and they really just fall short with a lot of things. Consistency is key. That's really the big word to really pay attention to here. You want to make sure that you are following up with the things that you say you're going to do with the actual actions, either to a perfect T or better than to the expectations of what you put yourself on. This is one of the things that people look for, especially when they're trying to put some credibility on your name and on your reputation, and that way you'll end up being a more respectful guy. Number two, being a hard worker at anything, whether it's your job, something that you personally want to do for yourself, like a hobby or a passion, or you're very hardworking when it comes to building relationships and having really strong connections with people. People love to see people on a grind and who are constantly working, who and showing great results through their hard work. It's like gravity. They just gravitate towards that, and they want to stick around that because, and coincidentally, if they hang around more people who are like that, then most likely themselves, they'll start to pick up that sort of mentality, if that all makes sense. No one likes someone who is very lazy and they fall short on everything that they set themselves out to do initially. So don't be that person to just pick up one passion, pick up one dream 1 minute, and then drop it within 2 to 3 weeks just because you're not seeing some instant results. Grind at it. Persevere. Be that type of person that when 30 years from now, you want to be able to tell yourself and your kids and your grandchildren that, hey, I was able to start from this point and I got to this point. However, keep in mind, if you do want to be more respectful as a hard worker, you do need to do number three, and that's stay humble. Guys, you should know this by now. This is what the H stands for in HB Fashion, being humble. There is such a thing as humility, and it's a trait that a lot of us need to pick up, because no one likes a bragger. No one likes someone who's just always talking about all the things that he's done, he's going to do, the people that he's met, etc., etc. It gets annoying. It becomes at a point where you're being very self-centered, and really no one wants to really hear you brag about you all the time. Show some humility. Just take a step back and just let your actions speak for you. And then when it comes to your style, let the great stuff that you're wearing speak for itself. There's no need to just verbally, try to get people's attention and notice how of a great person you are. And if you already are a great person, there's no need for it. The fourth way that you can earn respect from people is to always expand your knowledge. Knowledge is power, guys. I feel like we're hitting just about all the cliches today, but regardless, again, is a very true statement. No one really likes to be around someone who is a dummy and really someone who doesn't really know what they're talking about when it comes to certain situations, whether that be, you know, someone at the job talking about, you know, a passion they just suddenly picked up and they really don't know anything about it. They didn't really put in the work to really dig deep into the know-how of what they're doing or what they're talking about, so that they can either carry on that conversation or just talk about the experience that they've had along with it, if that all makes sense. So how do you combat this? One of the best ways you can do is to, number one, if you're in college or you're still in high school, focus on expanding your education as the furthest and it's the best way you can. I believe is one of the best things we can do for ourselves, not only obtain a career, but be a more knowledgeable person. Or if you're not in college, you can either one, pick up a book every now and then, study up on something, read up on something that you normally don't, you know, think about, something that you use can expand your mental bubble. Or if you don't really like to pick up a book, you can always check out today's video sponsor, Skillshare. If you guys don't know what Skillshare is, it is a website where you can go and take online courses and learn just about anything you need to know how to be a successful person. And they have over 18,000 classes, all taught by professionals who have been in where you are. They've gone through the whole entire experience, got the t-shirt, and they're gonna share that experience with you to help you become more of a dope person. And they have classes for just about anything you can think of, anything from like cooking, graphic design, or how to be a better person for your business and be a better leader, etc., etc., you name it. And honestly, it's one of the best moves I've ever done for myself. When I discovered them about 1.5 years ago, I've used this website so much to help me, you know, create better content for you guys and help me be a better leader for this community that I have started. And I believe it's something that you guys can definitely benefit from. So since they are sponsoring today's video, they do have a special hookup for us. They're giving you guys 2 months free when you first sign up, when you hit that link in the description below. And afterwards, it's like, what, $15 a month just to keep up with the subscription, which is dirt cheap for the amount of knowledge that you're going to learn. So guys, if you guys want to go check them out, I have them linked in the description below, and be sure to use those 2 months to, you know, get grinding, guys. Expand your knowledge so that you can be more of a knowledgeable person, and in return, people will start to respect you. Number 5, learn how to stand up for yourself and others. If you guys missed the video where I basically juggled this whole situation about whether or not guys should be nice guys or bad boys, I'll have that video linked in the description below. And I know it's a subject I've been kind of juggling a lot, but it's a subject that's been on my mind for the last few weeks. I do agree that guys, yes, we should be gentlemen in a sense. You know, we're being a positive contribution to society, and people is a personality that people will try to aspire to be and follow that sort of lead. However, there is such a thing as being too nice and letting people walk all over you and putting yourself in a situation where you don't want to be in. And you can, you know, of course, witness this for yourself, but if you witness somebody else going through this and you stand up for that person and you tell the person who is trying to push them, trying to pressure them to back off, let them do them, then in return, that person will start respecting you in their eyes. And last but certainly not least, number 6, the way you can get respect from people is to give that same respect to others, even if they don't deserve it. I know that is a very cliche thing to say, but it's also one of the very most difficult things to do as humans, is that give someone the respect that is just utterly a terrible person, or they've been a terrible person to us, or they didn't really have any attention to give us that same mutual respect. Just go ahead and give it to them, guys, because there's nothing worse than being around a person that you can't typically get away from, and you two don't respect each other, or at least one of you can't take the higher road and just go ahead and just see past all that negativity and get to a point where you guys can at least stand to be around each other. And honestly, I get it. It's one of the toughest things you have to do. You might have to go scream into a pillow, go into the bathroom and pretend you're punching a wall, or, you know, punching him. And trust me, I get it. We deal with these people all the time in our lives, but I would just go ahead and encourage you to go ahead and give that person that respect, because in return, you could see change over time. That person just may have been having a bad day, or just a bad week, bad month, who knows? You never know what people are going through, really. And if you just start giving them that respect, it will in turn, over time, he'll give you that same mutual respect, and everything should be good. And if it's something that, you know, you're trying at and you need to bring it up to your boss or your teacher, professor, whatever, and you start noticing that, you know, you're giving that person the respect, but not giving it to you back, the person in charge or overseeing the situation, they will in turn give you more respect for taking that higher road, and therefore it will overall turn into a situation that you don't have to worry about. I hope all that rambling makes sense. And that's it for me today, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video and you learned something from it, don't forget this video a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and help us build the HP community. Also, don't forget to check out Skillshare. I have the link in the description below so you can get 2 months free on your subscription, and afterwards you can start becoming a more knowledgeable person and be more respected by others. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time.